Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone to our weekly Bhagavad Gita session. We have very interesting topic coming up for today's discussion. The title we have given it as the equal vision in an unequal world. We'll soon find out what really it means, and in the context of Bhagavad Gita, how do we understand this? Learn Bhagavad Gita for spiritual, devotional transformation. Uh, we encourage everyone to come to these classes with very open heart. Uh, the willingness also bring your willingness to change. If we resist the change, if we feel what we are doing is optimal and nothing else can be done better, then this Bhagavad Gita sessions will not help you a great deal. So we should you should look forward to learn from Bhagavad Gita, look forward to implement the teachings of Bhagavad Gita into our day-to-day life. And as a result of this implementation, there will be some changes. We may have to give up our old attachments, our old way of worship. We might be Monday we must be worshipping somebody. We must Tuesday, Wednesday we must be worshipping someone else. Fridays are reserved for someone else and some other demigod, and so on and so forth. So, and Sunday can be a holiday. But Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, "Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mam anusmara yudhya." There is no holiday, and all the time, every time, we have to cultivate remembrance of Krishna. We don't have to cultivate remembrance of any other god, any other demigod or demigoddess for that matter. So so भगवान चाहते हैं कि हम उनके भक्त बने, and it's primarily because we are his anshas. We are connected with Krishna. We may not like it, or we may not know it, or we may hate it, whatever be our situation, uh, but we are part and parcel of Krishna. We are not part and parcel of anyone else. So अगर कोई पंखे का पार्ट है तो वो टीवी में फिट नहीं होगा, जो टीवी का पार्ट है वो एरोप्लेन में फिट नहीं होगा. सो वी आर पार्ट ऑफ कृष्णा. सो वी विल बी we will be best situated when we are connected with Krishna. This is the reality. This is the reality for all living entities. And the sooner we accept it, the sooner we work on it, sooner we act on it, the better, more the benefits that we will all can experience and relish Krishna consciousness ultimately. Moving forward, the reminder that our life is a battlefield. Every day we are battling. We are battling with sicknesses, illnesses, weathers, weather changes, the monsoon, the drought, and the political situations, the material situation, the economic situations, my own job situation, my own household situation, my relationship situations, everything, every now and then, there is a battle lying ahead of us. And Bhagavad Gita gives us a reminder that this knowledge is the most important knowledge, the most important and the most urgent knowledge to be contemplated upon. And hence, Lord choose this backdrop to speak the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. The sublime knowledge of Bhagavad Gita was spoken on this background, with this background. So it's a reminder to us that it's not something we should postpone even for a day. It should not postpone. We should not postpone it for our old age. Definitely. So wherever, at whichever place you are, and at whichever pace you can, at whichever place you are, whichever situation we might be in our life, uh, we might be young, we might be student, we might be householder, we might be grahastha, we might be retired, whatever is our current situation. Now we have come in contact with Bhagavad Gita. We have come in contact with devotees who are ready to speak Bhagavad Gita to us. Now we should move ahead. Now we should not give up this 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 knowledge, and we should make the most of everything that what we possess. uh, so this is that's how it will help. Bikram Prabhu, whoever is drawing should not draw. We will have more opportunities for drawing, for speaking during our session later. You can take that opportunity and contribute, but not now. Uh, so, so the urgency and the importance and urgency of this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, which considering that we should not even postpone it for a day. So every day we should learn Bhagavad Gita. Every day we should listen to Bhagavad Gita. Some lecture on Bhagavad Gita we should try to listen. We should maintain our connect with Bhagwan, Sri Krishna through japa every day, no holiday. So we are discussing some of the verses in chapter 5. And this particular chapter begins by Arjuna asking a question about what should he be doing, what he's supposed to do. एंड तन्मे ब्रूहि सुनिश्चितम, आप सुनिश्चित करके बताइए, सुनिश्चितम अच्छे से सोच के मुझे बताइए कि क्या मुझे संन्यास लेना है कि मुझे कर्म करना है. एंड द बैकग्राउंड टू दिस इज चौथे अध्याय के आखिरी वर्स में भगवान बताते हैं कि युद्ध करो. उसके पहले तो युद्ध का रेफरेंस नहीं था. उसके पहले द लास्ट टाइम कृष्णा स्पोक अबाउट वॉर वाज इन सेकंड चैप्टर. So and Krishna in the fourth chapter was recommending param shanti, para shanti. ये para shanti and war, how can they go together? अगर शांति चाहिए तो मुझे और वॉर अवॉइड करना होगा. अगर वॉर चाहिए तो मुझे शांति शांति का संदेश कैसे दे पाऊंगा मैं. सो Arjuna is confused. Arjuna is still confused, and then he posed this beautiful question to Lord, saying that आप मुझे सुनिश्चित करके बताइए कि मुझे करना क्या है. Should I fight the war? Arjuna is ready for both. Uh, for him, he's a devotee, and a devotee is always compassionate, and he's not interested in killing these people just to win the kingdom. It's not about killing one person, 2%. The crores of people who are present on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, all of them would have got killed because there are so many formidable warriors present on the battlefield. Not that, and if war were to happen, all of those would have got killed. All these innocent people would have got killed who are present as a part of army on both sides of of this battlefield. So out of compassion, Arjuna is saying that I'm ready to live life like a beggar. 13 साल हमने निकाले, 1 साल अज्ञातवास ने निकाला. We can continue doing that for rest of our life also, if you want. If this killing can be avoided, I don't mind doing that for rest of my life. So uh, so so अगर शांति इंपॉर्टेंट है, परम शांति इंपॉर्टेंट है, तो मैं वॉर क्यों करूं. तो आप मुझे सुनिश्चित करके बताइए. एंड कृष्णा स्टार्ट एक्सप्लेनिंग दैट द संन्यासा एंड कर्म योगा कैन बोथ गिव अल्टीमेट result, but perform karma yoga because that is easier and natural. सो भगवान कर्म त्यागने का संदेश नहीं दे रहे हैं. वेरी वेरी क्लियर दैट कर्म हैज टू बी परफॉर्म, प्रिस्क्राइब ड्यूटी हैज टू बी परफॉर्म, एंड अकॉर्डिंग टू आवर स्टेज ऑफ लाइफ some prescribed duty will be applicable to us. As a student, our duty will be to study carefully and faithfully, properly, uh, with focus, with commitment, with dedication, without distraction, without deviation. स्टडी करना चाहिए. एंड उसके साथ साथ भगवत गीता भी पढ़ना चाहिए. जब भी करना चाहिए, भक्तों से मिलना चाहिए, भक्तों के संग में रहना चाहिए. पर जो कुछ हमें माता पिता ने भेजा है स्टडी करने के लिए, वो स्टडी करना चाहिए. वी शुड यूटिलाइज दैट स्टेज ऑफ अवर लाइफ फॉर कल्टिवेटिंग नॉलेज. इफ यू आर इन गृहस्थ आश्रम, you should live life like a grahastha. Have a nice temple at home, perform daily worship of the deities, perform offer bhoga and eat prasad, distribute prasad, call devotees, perform fair, celebrate festivals, celebrate and encourage, encourage others to take up Krishna, to the Krishna process of Krishna consciousness. Do by many ways in which this Krishna consciousness can be spreaded, and by even a grahastha. And so as a grahastha we can do that. We can contribute regularly to the propagation of Krishna consciousness for book distribution. We can personally go and participate in those uh, missions, those book distributions as well. So, in many ways, a householder, a grahastha, a vanaprastha can contribute to the process of Krishna consciousness. So, and they can do all of that by simultaneously continuing with their respective profession, respective performing their respective duties for taking care of the other family members. Uh, so that way, we have to be we don't have to give up karma. There is no sannyasa of karma. There is a sannyasa in karma that was recommended. Krishna recommend Nishkam Karma Yoga and also describes qualities of such a yogi: pure soul, self-controlled souls, and sense-controlled. A person can live happily. Now, such a person, although engaged in all kind of activities, remain free from karma phala, and the bondage that come along. So work, when we work with a service motive, with Krishna consciousness, when we act in Krishna consciousness, we might be engaged in doing all kind of activities, but because mentally we are we are in the mood of service, we don't get bound, we don't get karma phala, and we don't get bound. It's simple change of mentality. It's apparently doing the similar actions. Taking care of family members is the same done by devotees and non-devotees, but devotees do it as a service to Krishna, and non-devotees do it with a mentality of me and myself. This is my house, this is my wife, this is my children, they are my parents. This mentality of me uh, becomes binding for them. So that's uh, that's the that's the difference between between a devotee and a materialist person who is and a non-devotee who apparently are doing similar activities but unfortunately getting completely opposite results. One is a non-devotee is getting bound every day. The more he work, more bondage he creates for himself, more lifetimes he creates for himself, more bodies he creates for himself. So after giving up this body, he will have to keep accepting newer and newer bodies, and in those new bodies he will again act and again he will create subsequent bodies. So perpetually he is as if caught into this repeated cycle of birth and death without having any escape route. जैसे उपमा दी जाती है एक रेशम के कीड़े की, जो अपने लिए और अपने लिए घर बनाना शुरू कर देता है एंड रेशम बुनना शुरू कर देता है, एंड देन ही मेक्स इट इन सच अ परफेक्ट वे that ultimately he gets himself locked inside, and he close it from all sides, and he forget to leave himself a way out, and he gets he and he suffer. He for he suffer because he's not getting food, not no food, no water, no air. Eventually he dies in a very miserable condition. He dies in the home that he himself built, created, but he forget to leave a way out, and that in that miserable condition he leaves his body inside the hole, inside that cocoon. So similarly, that example is often given to explain the condition of attached materialist, attached non-devotee, who create everything but unable to give up anything, and because of this karma phala, they get caught in the cycle of repeated birth without any escape route for themselves. So but Krishna also explains that how actions are happening in this material world, and he explains that the modes of material nature induce people to act. Hence, soul also has limited control, and therefore he refers to that soul as a Prabhu. Uh, on the other side, he says Supreme Lord Vishnu also is not responsible for good and bad results people are experiencing. Why? Because people create those results for themselves. The facility ultimate cause is Krishna, but immediate cause is not Krishna. Immediate cause is the good, bad, ugly actions performed by individual souls, and a remote cause is the law of karma, which is under whose influence everyone is acting. Lord is the ultimate cause who has created this law of karma. Whole system of law of karma is created by Krishna. To that extent, he's responsible, but he is not directly responsible for the sufferings experienced by the people. Now, this knowledge can light up like sun illuminates universe. This knowledge of Bhagavad Gita can light up one's life just like sun illuminates the whole universe after sunrise. And then Krishna speaks this beautiful verse on the 17th verse, that tad buddhayas, tad atmanas, tad nishtha, tad parayanaha, gacchantya apunaravrittim, jnani ज्ञान निर्धूत कल्मषः. Tad buddhayas means when one's intelligence, mind, faith, and refuge are all fixed in the supreme. Then, so various things Krishna is referring, and he's saying that when these things are fixed in the supreme personality of Godhead, supreme Lord, then one becomes fully cleansed of misgivings through complete knowledge and thus proceeds straight on the path of liberation. so so the intelligence, tad buddhayas, tad atmanas. Atmana is mind, and Tad nishtha means faith, and tad parayana. Tad parayana is so is refuge, faith and refuge. One is completely surrendered to Krishna. One is when one is completely surrendered to Krishna. So we have our own ways of doing things. Um, we have our own refuge. We have our own faith. We have our own mind and intelligence. And even though we hear repeatedly the message of Bhagavad Gita, we are unable to give up our refuge. Our refuge could be uh, in our own strength, our own intelligence, our own brain, our own memory, our own mind, our own creativity, our own wealth, our own education, whatever qualification that we all must have got. So we our refuge can be our faith and refuge can be in placed in different places, and not other than Krishna. Basically, other than Krishna, everywhere where मेरा वो I know this man who can save me from all problems. I know this. Well connected. मैं ये फलाना हूँ, मैं ऐसा हूँ, मैं वैसा हूँ, मेरे पास ये है, मेरे पास वो है. इस तरह के हमारे पास अब काफी वे आउट्स होते हैं. अदर देन भगवान के हम सब जगह अपना we 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 are dependent on help of at many other places other than God, other than Supreme God. And that is the reason why we are unable to surrender ourselves. So that is, Krishna says, is the impediment. So, but Krishna is recommending that you should invest everything that you have in me. सर्वधर्मान परित्यज्य माम एकम शरणम व्रज. ये सब छोड़ दो. आपका इंटेलिजेंस भी मैंने लिया हुआ है, आपका मन भी मैंने लिया हुआ है, आपका फेथ, रिफ्यूज, सब कुछ मुझ में होना चाहिए. मच्चित्त, Krishna says that that in 18.59 Krishna says that Machitta sarva durgani mat prasadat tarishyati. If you think of me, if you depend on me, machitta sarva durgani, all kind of obstacles you will cross. How? Mat prasadat tarishyati. By my grace you will क्रॉस ओवर ऑल काइंड ऑफ ऑब्स्टिकल्स इन योर लाइफ. सो आपका बाकी सब छोड़ दो. ये हजार जगह पे आपने जो you it's like you have kept in keeping your trying to keep your feet in many places, that you can give up, and you can take my shelter alone. And even if you can do that, then Krishna says that can, when can that happen? When you whenever when and then one becomes fully cleansed of misgivings through the complete knowledge. When you get complete knowledge, and such a person then thus proceed straight on the path of liberation. So if you can do sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja, what is the outcome of it? This can be done only on the basis of knowledge, only on the foundation of knowledge and sadhana. With that, such a person's unka fate kya hota hai? They proceed straight on the path of liberation. They straight going back to Krishna. If you can take refuge in Krishna, if you can uh, there's a beautiful verse that which says that yena kena prasadena mana krishna niveshate. येन केन प्रकारेण, किसी भी तरह, इस तरह उस तरह, ये करके वो करके, किसी भी प्रकार से मन कृष्णा निवेशते, कि मन कृष्ण में निवेश कीजिए. निवेश मीन्स इन्वेस्टमेंट. हम निवेश करते हैं म्यूचुअल फंड्स पे, कोई करता होगा बिजनेस पे. तो इस तरह से निवेश करते हैं, तो वी इन्वेस्ट. सो फिक्स डिपॉजिट्स में इन्वेस्टमेंट्स करते हैं. सो लाइक दैट कृष्ण में इन्वेस्ट कीजिए. मन कृष्णा निवेशते, मन को कृष्ण में इन्वेस्ट कीजिए. एंड कैसे कीजिए? ये न के न प्रकारे न, किसी भी प्रकार से मन को समझा के कृष्ण में लगाइए. मन मना भव मद भक्तो. दिस आर द मैसेज वेरी
कैसा?
क्लियरली कृष्ण has been
8:30 बजे गए थे,
repeatedly
11:30
telling
बज चुके,
this.
3 घंटा पढ़ना और खाना हो चुका.
Yeah, yeah. So that's how. This is the message, and Krishna says, if anybody who can do this can proceed straight on the path of liberation. That's the benefit that one can expect. Prabhupada write in the purport that therefore in all ways Krishna is the supreme reality. One whose mind, intelligence, faith and refuge are always in Krishna, or in other words, one who is fully in Krishna consciousness, is undoubtedly washed clean of all misgivings and is in perfect knowledge in everything concerning transcendence. A Krishna conscious person can thoroughly understand that there is duality, simultaneous identity and individuality in Krishna. And equipped with such transcendental knowledge, one can make steady progress on the path of liberation. Next verse, this is again the famous verse, which is which is spoken and quoted by many people many times. Even Srila Prabhupada used to quote this verse quite often. Pandita having equal vision, which is the topic for our today's discussion. So, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Shuni Chaiva Shopake cha Panditaha Samadarshinaha. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne. A humble, the humble sages, by virtue of true knowledge, Brahmane Gavihastini, see with equal vision a learned, a Brahmana, a gentle, learned and gentle Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog eater, outcast. So, Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, on the basis of the foundation of true knowledge, uh, Brahmane Gavihastini, Brahmane, uh, Brahmane Gavihastini, Brahmane, a Brahmana, a cow, an elephant, and like that, Krishna gives example. So what is happening here is, it's Krishna is speaking about having equal vision, seeing equally. किसको देखना है equally? A learned brahmana, a devotee see a learned brahmana, a cow, elephant, dog, and a dog eater. Now ये पूरा एक spectrum है. A, a learned brahmana is one side of the spectrum, And a dog eater, those who eat dog meat, they are outcasts. They are considered to be, they are not even at the bottom of caste system. They are just outside caste system. They are just treated as if they're treated at par with animals. They are considered outcasts, and they are on the other side, but they happen to be human. So they are other side of the human, other side of the spectrum. On one spectrum you have brahmanas, perfect brahmanas, and other spectrum, other end of the spectrum, you have dog eaters. And in between, Krishna is quoting cow, elephant, and dog. Now, cow symbolizes sattva guna. Cow is in sattva guna, elephant is rajogun, and dog is in tamogun. So, Krishna gives a wide spectrum of people. And he says anybody who has cultivated Krishna consciousness, who has cultivated knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, for him, he see everyone equally. He sees everyone equally, and Krishna Prabhupada will reveal what it really means. How can this be treated equally when there is so much variation in all of them? So let's find out from the purport of Srila Prabhupada. Shri Krishna, a Krishna conscious person does not make any distinction between species or caste. A Brahmana and the outcast may be different from social point of view, or a dog, cow, and elephant may be different from the point of view of species, but these differences of body are meaningless from the viewpoint of a learned transcendentalist. This is due to their relationship to the Supreme. For the Supreme Lord, by his plenary portion as Paramatma, is present in everyone's heart. Such an understanding of the Supreme is real knowledge. Means everything else is not real knowledge. So one who who are we? What is our identity? What is God's? Who is God? And what is our relationship? So our true identity plus God's identity and knowing about the relationship between the two is true knowledge, is real knowledge. And if once we know that we are spiritual souls and Krishna, we are part and parcel of Krishna, and our all our endeavor is to serve that supreme soul. And once we get to this understanding, then that is real knowledge. Then we will uh, and how is this possible? Because this is possible because of the present of Lord in the heart of all the living entities. Presence of Lord Krishna in the heart of all living entities. uh, as a Paramatma. Krishna in multiple occasions gives this that mentions this in the 15th chapter. He says in the 18th chapter he repeats that how he is present in the heart of all the living entities. As far as the bodies are concerned, in different caste or different species of life, the Lord is equally kind to everyone because he treats every living being as a friend, yet maintains himself as Paramatma regardless of the circumstances of the living entities. The Lord as Paramatma is present both in the outcast and in the Brahmana. Although the body of a Brahmana and that of an outcast are not the same. The bodies are material productions of different modes of material nature, but the soul and supersoul within the body are of the same spiritual quality. The similarity in the quality of the soul and the super soul, however, does not make them equal in quality in quantity. For the individual soul is present only in that particular body, whereas the Paramatma is present in each and every body. A Krishna conscious person has full knowledge of this, and therefore he is truly learned and has equal vision. The similar characteristics of the soul and supersoul are that they both are conscious, eternal, and blissful. But the difference is that The individual soul is conscious within the limited jurisdiction of his body, whereas the super soul is conscious of all bodies. So these aspects will be explained in detail uh, in the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is going to discuss about kshetra and kshetragya, and there this aspect will be very clearly highlighted. Uh, but in in the summary, Krishna is saying that Prabhupada is saying that uh, the the body that we possess right now, be that of a dog, elephant, and cow, or of a dog eater, or a brahmana, or a vaishya, or a kshatriya, or a shudra, whatever it is, whatever the current body that we all possess, and whatever the current situation that we are suffering or enjoying, they are all produced by our own karma. They are all productions, because modes of material nature gets established basis our activities, and based on our actions a karma phala becomes gets determined, and you basis that karma phala, a fresh body, new body will be created, and in that body will be suitable for us to enjoy or suffer the fruits of our karma, which are going to be due. So, whatever our life condition is right now is production by our own activities under the influence of different modes of material nature. We have acted in sattva, rajo, and tamoguna, or different combination of these three gunas, as a result of which there are fruits which are now accruing to of our actions, and as a result of those fruits, uh, we are producing, we are getting suitable body to enjoy or suffer those fruits. And if bodies if if we are if the kind of fruits that are to be supposed to be delivered to us are of a particular type, from human body we can get a dog's body, and from dog's body we can get insect's body, or from insect's body we can take fish body, or some, or and this way, that way. So downwards and upwards, sata asata yoni janmasu, there is a constant movement of soul uh, happening, as the soul keep accepting newer and newer bodies in different species of life. Sata asata yoni janmasu. Krishna will say this in the 13th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, that Purusham Prakriti Stohi Bhunte Prakriti Jagunan Karana Guna Sangosya Sata Asata Yoni Janmasu. A different species of life, one is forced to take birth in order to enjoy the fruits of their actions, because of their mentality to act in under the influence of material nature, under the influence of those three gunas, because of their desire to enjoy, they that is the root cause. Purusham prakriti stohi bhunte prakriti jaguna. This desire to enjoy prakriti is the root cause of their problem. And because of this desire, they act on the desire, and they perform actions under sattva, rajo, tamoguna, or different combination of these three gunas. And ultimately, on each of their actions produce a guna, or produce a phala. And to enjoy or suffer that phala, they are forced to accept different bodies, sometimes human, sometimes animal, sometimes insects, sometimes fish, sometimes birds, sometimes demigods, so on and so forth. But continuously they are changing bodies. The soul is forced to change body and accept new body, because of their own activities. And because everything is produced by their own activities, Krishna is not responsible, who has created this whole system of law of karma, but he's not forcing you to act under a particular influence of karma. He's not forcing you to act sinfully. Those decisions are that of a soul. Soul who is covered by ignorance, soul who is in ignorance, soul who does not have knowledge, soul which is who is refusing to accept real knowledge. uh, Such soul will act in ignorance, and that ignorance will produce, such actions will produce fruits, and that will lead one to get remain caught up in the repeated cycle of birth and death, practically perpetually. That's the unfortunate condition, we don't have to get into. But that's the unfortunate condition most people are into. In the 19th verse, Krishna conclude this point that ihaiva teijitah sarge ihaiva teirjitah sargo yesham samye sthitam manaha nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmad brahmani te sthitaha. That those whose mind are established in the sameness and equanimity have already conquered the conditions of birth and death. They are flawless like Brahman, and thus they are already situated in Brahman. Prabhupada write in the in the purport that equanimity of mind, as mentioned above, is the sign of self-realization. Those who have actually obtained, those who have actually attained to such a stage should be considered to have conquered material condition, especially birth and death. As long as one identifies with his body, he is considered a conditioned soul. But as soon as he is elevated to the stage of equanimity through the realization of the self, he is liberated from conditional life. In other words, he is no longer subject to take birth in the material world, but can enter into the spiritual sky after his death. So Prabhupada is giving us a clue how to stop this cycle of birth and death. And Prabhupada is saying this is equanimity of a mind. Equanimity of mind is a sign, is a symptom that one can observe in others. When you do that, that is considered to have conquered all material condition, especially birth and death. And this is basis knowledge. Uh, basis not this is not artificial equanimity, where one tries to and or also this is not in a way irresponsible action by householders, where they are not affected by good or bad things happening to their family members. So but this should be done on the basis of sound knowledge. A- and this is basically when one get that knowledge is uh, as long as Prabhupada write that as long as one identifies with his body, he is considered a conditioned soul. But as soon as he is elevated to the stage of equanimity through realization of the self, he is liberated from conditional life. Now this elevation from conditioned soul to a liberated soul happens on the basis of knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and practice of Krishna consciousness. There's no other way. We cannot artificially claim to have known this. To know this and give up and stop acting, or give up our responsibilities under the pretense that you are liberated. That's not uh, that's not what is recommended. But one has to one has to study the scriptures like Bhagavad Gita, get convinced about it, and should practice Krishna consciousness, should practice the process of hearing and chanting in the loving service mood, to be able to come to a realization where where you will stop getting affected by the material conditional life. And that way, while living in this material world also, you can experience liberation, you can experience spiritual joy. And such person, Prabhupada, as mentioned in the previous birth, that such person will be is already on the path of liberation and will not take accept and he will go to the spiritual sky after his death. He's eligible to enter the spiritual sky after his death. The equal vision, as Lord Krishna is saying, how do we understand this from a practical point of view? Do you believe equality is possible within this unequal world? An unequal world where everything is nothing is equally distributed. Uh, there are rich people, there are poor people, and there are very, very poor people, very, very poor people. When the resources of this world are so unevenly distributed, some people, those who are in the position of power, for them, everything, the whole law seems to be different. Uh, they practically have no struggle. Wherever they go, everything happens very smoothly for them. Whereas, as a common man, as a common person, I struggle everywhere. I end up struggling in every government department, every small work. I have to struggle very hard to get completed. So, justice also seems to be different for rich and poor. For a well connected, strong person, they probably seems to be about justice, or they are able to tweak justice in their favor at times. So, it seems they seems to be having a completely different justice for themselves, and whereas a poor person um, gets can suffer, the process of justice itself can be so painful that that itself can crash such a poor person. Exploitation of weaker section of society is common. So when so many things are going on wrong in and around us, how can there be a question of equality? Where is equality? How can we practice equality? So when the Krishna, Lord Krishna is speaking about that equality, how can we practice in practical life? Anybody would like to speak? Yeah, you all can raise hands if you wish to speak. Yes, Vikas Surji, you can start.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Uh, so, Prabhuji, as Lord Krishna is mentioning here in this, that Pandita Samdarshina. So, I was actually hearing from one devotee, Grace Sarbam Prabhuji, and he was clarifying on this that actually Samdarshina is that seeing that in everybody there is a super soul fitted. So, on that level, everyone is on the equal platform, be it the animal, be it bird, be it human being, rich, poor, or in whatever species of life he is. But he was elaborating further on that, that then it is not necessary that we should be some worthy is that our behavior should not be on the equal front. Like if some tiger is coming to eat us, then definitely we need to protect ourselves. So on that way, like on the bodily platform, we are dealing as per the psychophysical nature of the particular person or particular living entity. But on the soul platform, on the spiritual platform, because everyone is part and parcel of Lord Krishna, in everyone, with everyone, there is super soul fitted in their heart. So everyone is equal on that front. So in dealing wise, they may be up and down, they may be rich, poor, bad, ugly, or whatever because of their past life karmas. But having their this identity, spiritual identity, and their association with super soul, they need to be understood in that way that they are part and parcel of Lord, and on the in that way they are on the equal front. They are they are not up and down somewhere. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam.
Okay, Hare Krishna, Dharatram. Kanchan Mataji, then Swapnil.
Hare Krishna, Guruji, Dhanasana. Rather than answering the question, I have a question. Does that mean that we should be compassionate enough on everybody to spread Sankirtana, to distribute prasadam, which is a practically possible way of serving every soul and seeing Krishna in everybody? Is it so? You, Prabhuji.
You are
Prabhuji,
on mute, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Sorry, Mataji. Are you are you asking a question?
yes.
Yeah. What is the question? Can you just repeat? I missed the question part.
I said that being compassion enough on everybody in a, equality in this thing, we practically what I understand is that we should distribute the Lord's name, distribute the prasadam, and serve everybody in this with the same compassion as Vikas Prabhuji also told that we should be compassionate enough to everybody, whether it is beautiful, ugly, dog eater, whatever it is. We should be compassionate enough to spread Harinam, spread, distribute prasadam and kirtanam, shravanam, everything, whatever is possible, with an intention to serving the Lord. Is that so?
Yes, Mataji. That's the so the without a discrimination, we can give Krishna consciousness to everyone, but we still uh, so it is available for everyone, basically, but people will accept it according to their nature. So then, obviously, those who are more inclined, we pay more attention to those. It's we don't reject basis any other identification, but there will be natural inclination to give it with more commitment, with more sincerity, those who show more commitment and sincerity towards accepting it. So while it is available for all, those who show more interest will get more attention. That's all. But it is should be
And
given to everyone.
at the same time, if, like Vikas Prabhuji said that if lion is coming to eat us, we should protect ourselves. So similarly, when we distribute Krishna name, prasadam, or whatever the services through intention of helping them or guiding them or leading them towards the Krishna consciousness, we should also protect ourselves if it is harmfully affecting us.
Yes, that's true. So those who are uninterested, those who are unnecessarily aggressively debating for no reason, those who are not, those who just want to kill their time and your time, we can stay away from them. That's fine. Uh, so that's like we are protecting our own time, our own space, our own self. So at the same time, it is open. The on the day they feel interested, they can come approach any one of us and accept Krishna consciousness from us as well. But at the at this moment, if they are not interested, they are not ready, we can leave them alone. That's fine, or we can even ignore them. That's fine. Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Swapnil, and then Himanchal Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Prabhuji, to summarize for me, Lord Shri Krishna is omnipresent, and that also means that
Krishna Prabhuji, I am Hima.
Himanchal Prabhuji, you can speak after Swapnil Prabhuji.
uh,
Okay,
okay.
okay, Prabhuji. Okay, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So very quickly, I'll say omnipresence, and as we all know, Lord is in our heart and every living being. And omnipresence means He is in every matter. So when Lord doesn't differentiates any matter for that reason, we are all made up of matter, materialistic body, so he doesn't differentiate between any matters. So his omnipresence tells everything. What we need is the realization and Krishna consciousness. The one who has Krishna consciousness and realization will realize this potency of Lord Shri Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Okay. So the question is the can we look at world with equal vision? So that is the question. So
Yes, Prabhuji. I think looking at the world at equal vision is the right way because if we start differentiating the people itself, then we will not realize that the omnipresence of Lord is there. So equal vision is there, but more or less, as Lord is biased towards the devotees, we have to also see that the devotees in and around us, Vaishnavas in and around us, Krishna conscious in and around us, should be, admired and respected. Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Yes, Himanchal Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Am I
Yes,
audible, Prabhuji?
yes, you're audible, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, what I want to say, unequal and equal, because as you said that rich, poor and very, very poor, there are different class of people in this material world, right? Rich is very rich. They have everything, resources, power, positions, contacts. They can do the things they can easily, sitting in their home also. But very poor, unless they go daily work, they will not have their daily life. I mean, for their survival, they have to struggle and struggle. So that is unequal available in this materialistic world. Material, as long as we are in the material body, we have a differentiation in this art. But coming to spiritual, we say and we believe that every body, every species are part and parcel of Krishna. Everything, we are not proprietor. Krishna, everybody is the creator of Krishna. Whether it is very poor or rich or very rich. But so far as spirituality, so far as material life is concerned, there is a difference because unless a very poor person, he cannot leave his family unless he go outside for a daily labor because his way of life, living standard is different. His companion is different. He hardly gets time. Okay, leaving aside the spiritual thinking. So I believe that there is a differentiation. As because Prabhu said that everything is same, everybody is same. So far as spirituality is concerned, everybody is same. Every soul is connected with super soul, supreme soul. But so far as coming back to the material life, things are completely different. Completely different. The companion is different. The thinking is different. The labor is different. Education is different. Everything is different. And it is in different world altogether. Because we say that people taking bath depending on the Chatur Karma, Varna and the qualities of their life, the entire life, the Saptagun, Rajagun, Tamagun, and the Chaturvarna, and the activities, the karma. So the next life is also decided and taken in that direction. So there is a difference in this today's class, equal and unequal, that is there. So that is my thinking. It cannot, it is not same. So you just please throw some light on this.
Okay, Prabhuji, thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Let's see if anybody else wish to contribute or we can move forward with the class. I don't see any hands raised, but yeah, let's move forward with the session.
Prabhuji, just to add, equality and inequality, does it sound duality or because when we say Krishna is omnipresent everywhere in each and every uh, material matter, then why there will be inequality, Prabhuji? Sorry to add on that.
No, that's fine.
Krishna Prabhuji.
So what we seeing is Pandita Samadarshana. Can we really be able to see with equal vision, see it equally this wide spectrum of people? You have a perfectly learned Brahmana and a dog eater. What can be? How can I look at them and with equally. What is and similarly the cow, the elephant, and the dog. So these are the again representation of sattva gun, rajagun, tamogun. So if they so their actions by all the five mentioned are completely contrast to each other. So a Brahmana's his actions will be different than a dog eater's action. Dog eaters being a dog eater is he's going not going to act in the way and in a any cultured way. Similarly, a dog, a cow, completely opposite. Elephant, completely in the mode of passion. So, what on what basis can I treat them equally? That was the question that we are discussing. Then some of the answers are that there could be two levels for looking at them, and we can explore those during subsequent slides. So another question is, when someone is able to exhibit equanimity, what it indicates about them, what it indicates about them, if at all anybody is able to. So we'll discuss that question a bit later. Let's understand about this. What is this equality? What is this equanimity that Krishna is referring to? And how we can see that. So, as many devotees, as a lot of devotees said that Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that Ruddeshe Arjuna Tishtati, Ishvara, that uh, Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam Ruddeshe Arjuna Tishtati. In the 15th chapter also, Krishna says that Sarvasya cha aham hridhi sannivishto mata smrtir jnanam aponam cha. So, I am seated in everyone's heart. Sarvasya cha aham rudi sannivishto. I'm seated in the everyone's heart as Paramatma. Then he says that Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Ruddeshe Arjuna Tishtati. I'm residing in the heart, region of heart of all the living entities. So multiple places. Then Krishna confirms this aspect, and which is now being touched upon by Lord in this particular section. So another places where Krishna is also recommending this similar kind of uh, a recommendation Krishna is giving is uh, is in some of the other verses that we discussed so far from in the first five chapters. Is when Krishna says in the 14th verse, second chapter, Krishna says that Matara Sparshastu Kaunteya Shitoshna Sukha Dukkada. शीतोष्ण सुख दुखदा आप टॉलरेट कीजिए अगमा अपाइनो नित्यस्ताम तितिक्षा तितिक्षा इज टॉलरेंस तितिक्षा सो यू टॉलरेट वो आएंगे शीत उष्ण आएंगे डोंट गेट एजिटेटेड बाय दैट डोंट गेट डिस्टर्ब बाय दैट कभी सीजन चेंज मतलब कभी दुख आएंगे शीतोष्ण सुख दुखता जैसे ग्रीष्म और गर्मी होती है और ठंड होती है वैसे ही सुख दुख भी आपके जीवन में आएंगे तो आप उसको तितिक्षा मतलब आप उसको सहन करना सीखिए यू टॉलरेट देम then in the immediate next verse he says that yam hi na vyathayante te purusham purusha varshabha sama dukha sukham धीरम सो अमृताय कल्पते जो सुख और दुख में सम रह सकता है सो वो सो अमृताय कल्पते वो अमृताय वो लिबरेशन को एलिजिबल है सच पर्सन इज एलिजिबल फॉर लिबरेशन immediately in the second chapter 38 verse he again recommends that sukha dukhe same krutva labha labho jaya jaya. Now these are all emotions, these are all this is all in the mind. Sukha dukha labh alabh. um, so ye jay parajay. So these are Krishna says जस्ट ट्रीट ऑल ऑफ दैट इक्वली समय कृत्वा दोनों को इक्वली ट्रीट कीजिए डोंट डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन आज मैं जीत गया आज मैं हार गया आज मेरा लाभ हुआ आज मेरी हानि हुई आज सो आज मुझे सुख मिला आज मुझे दुख मिला सो इसमें treat everything equally. This is equality Krishna is recommending from time to time. And ततो युद्धाय युज्यस्व नैवं पापम अवाप्स्यसि. So अगर आप इस मूड में, इस कल्पना के साथ, इस कॉन्शियसनेस में अगर आप युद्ध करेंगे कि ये युद्ध करना मेरी ड्यूटी है, तो चाहे मेरा जय हो, पराजय हो, लाभ हो, हानि हो, सुख मिले, दुख मिले, मुझे युद्ध करना है एज अ मैटर ऑफ ड्यूटी. देन आप, you will not incur any sinful reactions by acting, by fighting also. Then in the 56th verse in the same second chapter, Krishna says that Dukheshu anudvignamanaha sukheshu vigata spruha वीतराग भय क्रोध स्थित धीर मुनि रुचते. वो जो मुनि को डिस्क्रिप्शन देते समय भगवान बोलते हैं कि जो दुखेशु, दुख से अनुद्विग्न मन, जिसका मन दुख से अनुद्विग्न, उद्विग्न, उद्विग्न मतलब एजिटेटेड, दुख होने से उद्विग्न नहीं होता है जो, और जो सुख मिलने से खुश नहीं होता, जो दुख से दुखी नहीं होता और सुख से सुखी नहीं होता, ऐसे परिस्थिति में ऐसे मनुष्य को स्थित धीर मुनि उच्चते. इसे यु स्थित धीर मुनि, मुनि कहने के वो योग्य है. सो जो दुख से एजिटेट नहीं हो पाता है और सुख में बहुत ज्यादा खुश नहीं होता है, सो दुख और सुख में इक्वल मेंटल स्टेट जो रख पाता है, such a person is called muni. So, so, so let's summarize what's being discussed. So, equal vision is recommended here. A devotee should cultivate equal vision. He should see equally everything and everyone. And those who are in Krishna conscious devotees should have such a vision. Krishna consciousness, we should be developing such a vision. We should be working on developing such a vision where we see everyone equally. They see Lord Krishna, devotees see Lord Krishna sitting as Paramatma in the heart of all the living entities. In all the living entities, Krishna is seated. The Krishna says that uh, that that all the living entities are my part and parcel. He says that all the living entities are, you know, bahune me vyatitane janma, that there have been many births. Uh, in the second chapter, 12th verse, Krishna says that um that all these kings and you and I have taken many births, and all these kings were always existent, and they will continue to exist in the future also. So, Natvevaham jatunasam natvam neme janathipaha na chevam na bhavishyamaha sarve vayamatah param. That that all these kings existed in past, and all these kings exist today, and they will continue to exist in future also. But so so that so in future also they will not, they will they will continue to exist. So uh, never was there a time when, you know, all these kings, all these when I did not exist, you did not exist, or nor this king did exist, and never in future will there be a time when they will cease, they will cease to exist, so they will continue to exist. So so Lord Krishna, they, so what is a common thing that links all these bodies is the presence of soul and super soul. The presence of soul and super soul, super soul who is overseer, upadrashta, anumantacha, bharta bhokta maheshwara, who is the overseer of all the activities that are performed by soul, who is witness, who is sakshi, Sakshi, who is the Sakshi of all the activities that are being done by the soul, basis which who is recording continuously all that is being done by the soul, and basis which a fruit is being produced, a karma phala is being determined and being delivered to the soul in subsequent period, sometimes next days, sometimes few days later, sometimes few months later, sometimes few years later, sometimes in next body. The karma never forgets address. Karma never forgets your address. No matter which body you will go to, karma will follow you. Karma phala will follow you. So, so that is being arranged by Krishna sitting in the heart of all the living entities as Paramatma. And a devotee is able to see this. He's able to see this. They also see Lord sitting in their own heart, and hence they know that how all living entities are related basis this similarity. So there's Krishna sitting in my heart. There's Krishna sitting in your heart. There's Krishna sitting in the heart of all the animals, birds, fishes, and also the insects. The the worm in the stool also has Krishna sitting in his heart. So there, Krishna is present everywhere, and seeing this, seeing the presence of Lord, he understands the relationship we all have with all the living entities. They, as devotees wants to serve Lord, they also wants to serve all the living entities. Why? Because they see Lord everywhere, present in the heart of all the living entities. So as they want to serve Lord, they also want to serve all the living entities. Best service they can render to anyone is giving them Krishna or helping them somehow come closer to Krishna. Here, um, the equality at spiritual level is being discussed. At material level, there are differences and there will be differences which we need to recognize and appreciate and accept. So we all have different material bodies with different features and characteristics. Human body, animal body, different species of bodies are also different. That and each body have different characteristics. A fish can swim, monkey can climb a tree, a deer can run very fast, elephant can be very powerful. All of these bodies can have different features and different characteristics, which may not be there in others as well. So within each species also there are differences in terms of qualities, capabilities, skills, talents, etc., which makes each one of us different than other. Now all this is being produced by our own past karma. Now within human species, some becomes Miss India, Miss Universe, Miss World. They are they are gifted with lot of beauty, lot of talent, lot of intelligence. So and some become top businessmen, some become uh, brilliant actors, some become brilliant sportsmen. They have a lot of physical abilities, so and so forth. So and uh, some leads a very ordinary life. Some does not seems to have any great qualities, but everything in its moderate quantity quality. And some don't even have those. Some have very poor ability to grasp knowledge, some very poor ability to remember things, do things. And so there is a spectrum. Some are on the top of the spectrum. Within human beings also there is a spectrum, and there are people everywhere. There are people on the top, there are people at the bottom also who are leading a very miserable life. So and all of these bodies, they are not produced by chance. All of these bodies have been produced by the different activities, different karmic activities performed by each of these individual, each of these living entities. And they are also suffering and enjoying uh, basis their own karma. Whatever karma phala is now being delivered to them is being produced by their own previous actions. So God has only created the system. He's overseeing and managing the system. He's running the show, but he's not responsible for anybody getting good, bad, ugly, and good, bad, ugly reactions. So, so to that extent, these differences will remain. At a material level, the differences will remain, and we must accept and appreciate it, recognize them, and deal with them accordingly. So take example of a classroom. A class student where all students are treated equally. all students come at a particular time in the school. You have morning school starting at say 7:30, 8 o'clock, and then everyone is supposed to come at that time. Everyone is supposed to wear a similar uniform. Everyone is supposed to sit in the classroom in the similar kind of benches. Everyone is given same education. In the class of 50 students, the teacher will give same class to everyone. Everyone will hear at the same time. However, not everyone will grasp equally. Whatever people the students will understand will not be equal. Even though everything is done equally, what they will understand will be different. Basis their level of interest, basis their level of inclination, their level of attention, their level of commitment, um, they will understand differently. And they will, some of them will be very attentive and very proactive in the class, and they will be given more attention by the teacher. But by and large, all students, teachers attempt is to treat all students equally. But when the exams are conducted, teacher is not obliged to give same marks to everyone. Teacher is not teacher, in fact we don't want teacher to give same marks to everyone. What will happen is then, those who are paying attention, okay, let's hear from you. What will happen if teacher says that I will give same marks to all student? Or in the second example, that there is a CEO and then there is a clerk or a peon in the company, but both earn different salaries. So in the first case, if we decide that whoever every no basically this is a kind of idea of socialism, communism, basically that everybody should be equal, and artificially they tried making everyone equal. So if I, in the first example, if we give equal marks to all students, what will happen? Yes, Vasavi, Soma.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
no one will concentrate on the class, Prabhuji. So everyone tries to enjoy, and they think that even we enjoy, even we don't concentrate, also will get good marks. So that will happen, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yeah. So there will be no incentive to those who want to study, and then there will be no deterrent to those who are not trying to study. Yes, Vikasoji, you have.
No, Guruji, Dandavat Pranam. I was thinking with the perspective that there will be chaos, Guruji. Means no one will be interested in living life. Means that will become totally unregulated. That whether we pay attention to our studies, whether we be regulated in our schools or not, we are ultimately going to get the same fruit. So what is the use of being learning discipline, learning everything what we can learn here? So then in that way that will become disturbed. That since the teacher is treating us equally, then what is the use of paying more attention to them? That she is anyway going to treat us equally in every terms, in means in every aspect, be it giving marks, be it treating us paying attention to us. So in that way, that will create kind of disturbances. That and that is what I was thinking it in line with that Pandita Samdarshina, when Lord is treating us equally, but if we are not paying attention to whatever duties we have been given, and if if we are not performing that in wonderfully, and we are expecting that we are treated by Lord equally, then that will create disturbances in the mind and anxieties in so many ways, and the there will be this utter chaos and anarchy type of thing if that is thought. I mean, if with that thought process, we are living the life. I was thinking it that way also, Guruji. Although Mataji explained it wonderfully. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah. Any other thought anybody has on these 2 points?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I want to say something about the class.
Yes,
When
Prabhu.
a teacher is explaining, teaching one subject, so the intelligence level of the students are not same. After teaching one subject, one chapter in a period, in one period, when he conducts the test, so all the students, every students cannot keep the same marks because the intelligent level is different. one or two or maybe five students may keep same marks. But suppose there are 50 students in a class, all 50 cannot keep 50 marks. Suppose full mark is 50 and students are 50. All students cannot keep 50 marks because this level is, the intelligent level is different. Their attention will be different accordingly. They cannot receive, they cannot keep capture what the teacher is explaining, all these things in totality. So they are different, the marks will be different. And teacher also cannot provide the same mark to all because test is depending on the question. So question, whatever is asking, they have to reproduce the answer. So teacher also cannot give the full mark. So different, it will be different because they have taken bath depending on the intelligent level.
Mhm.
Because
So basically,
we
you're
say
recommending
that
that we have to differentiate.
Chatur,
Basically, for giving
yes, yes,
marks, there
yes,
should be
yes,
differentiation. But for otherwise,
yes,
generally, all students can be given equal treatment in terms of, but the marks will be different. There will be differentiation made while giving marks. Similarly, a company CEO and a clerk both carry same badge, but in that sense they are equal, but their respective salaries will not be same because one will get a higher salary, one will get a moderately low salary, and it will be in proportion to the skills they possess, the responsibility that they are able to take, etc., various other factors. So there will be equality in some sense, but there cannot be, we cannot whitewash the world with equality. We cannot whitewash school classroom saying that everybody should get same marks. Yes, Anurag, you want to say something?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, opportunity for education should be equally given to everyone, but the whole purpose of education will get defeated if we give the equal marks. Because the purpose of any teacher is to actually understand what is the learning gap of any student, which he or she would assess based on the student's performance, and then try to educate that particular student accordingly to the best extent possible. So the assessment cannot be done equally. It depends on the individual performance. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Yes, Subhash Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandot Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
I just wanted to add this equality and equity, both are slightly different. Equality means the equal opportunities for all. So we can give the equal opportunity to all the students. And the equity means, like you were telling CEOs and others, equals are to be treated equals in terms of hierarchy, in terms of performance and all that. And then when the equal opportunity is given, now the awarding the marks depends upon the karma. That is on merits. Whatever one is producing in the paper, based on that we can award the marks. So the equality is also given because equal opportunity is given, but at the same time it is based on the equity. Whoever is performing in whatever terms, no, to what extent accordingly we can award. That will be fair, just, and equitable also. Thank you so much,
Yeah,
Prabhuji.
thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Last comment, Kanchan Nadaji. Okay. Mataji, I think got dropped. But yes, thank you so much for with so many wonderful
Hare Krishna
comments.
Prabhuji, I'm there.
Okay, yeah, you can speak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from the discussion, I can understand that we can be compassionate enough to everybody in with equality, but our behavior will definitely depend upon how much they receive our compassion.
Yes, reciprocal. Our the behavior will be reciprocal. Reciprocal means as they as they s- as they respond, we reciprocate. We don't. We give equal opportunity for everyone to get highest marks, but as they write, teacher will reciprocate with each student as they the level of the kind of answers that they will produce, basis which teacher will give a marks, and they need not be same to everyone. So that's that's the principle that we need to understand. To conclude, that Soumya, will come to you last. We'll move forward. The equality at the spiritual level is a reality which we must understand, we must recognize, we must understand. And so one who has studied Bhagavad Gita and have performed sadhana, hearing chanting of Hare Krishna mantra with loving service attitude, can realize this reality, can understand, can become convinced of this reality, can look at world with these eyes. 15th chapter Krishna says that Pashyanti Jnana Chakshushaha. He speaks about the concept of Jnana Chakshu, that seeing the world with the eyes of knowledge. And here also Pandita Samadarshina. Darshina is also seeing. So Krishna is also referring to seeing with knowledge. Seeing with knowledge. When you see the world with knowledge, you realize that all living entities are part and parcel of Krishna. So in that sense, you do not differentiate between them. Such a person is said to be a pandita. Not everyone with material, not otherwise, just because you have material education, don't become pandit. Pandit is the one who is able to see the world the way it is. And the how the world is, the way world is, where every living being is a child of Krishna. Is Krishna is present in the heart of every living entity. So he treats everyone just like he treats everyone as child of Krishna. He treats his family also as children of Krishna. His wife, his children, everyone he treat them as children of Krishna. And at a material level, but at a material level, he will reciprocate with them, recognizing the bodily differences. We can embrace a cow, but we cannot embrace a tiger. We can embrace a cow, but cannot embrace a tiger, even though we can know, we by knowledge we know that both have Krishna in their heart present. Krishna is present in the heart of both of them. But given the body of a tiger is unable to embrace, tiger will devour us. So we cannot embrace a tiger, recognizing the difference in the body. Given the body of a tiger, tiger will act like a tiger. Tiger, even because he is forced to act in that way. And a cow, being being a loving sattva guni animal, still can embrace and reciprocate with us in that way. A tiger cannot reciprocate in that way. So we understand the differences at a material differences, but spiritually, we at the spiritual vision level, if we can see things equally, but at material level, we need to differentiate. We need to reciprocate according to the situation. Example of a costume party where everyone comes in a different dress. Now someone may come in a dress of a gangster, and someone may come in a dress of a, maybe wearing a dress of a, that of a cop or a police officer. And in this party, they when they meet, they are not unable to recognize each other. That now, and they may start fighting. He's a cop, he's a gangster, they may start fighting at a party. Now the immediate the assume that the suppose that cop comes to know that the person under the dress of a gangster is my brother. But the external dress he's not able to understand. But when he comes to know that he's his brother, now he does not want to fight, but the gangster is fighting, so he has to protect himself. And at the same time, seeing right opportunity, he's to pass on the message that I am not, you are my brother, we did not fight, we can be we can be peaceful, we can have a loving relationship, we have a loving relationship, we have forgotten that because of the dress. So the police officer, while hurt, he's not trying to hurt the gangster, while he's protecting, because gangster is attacking, he's also protecting himself. But he's now understand that the other person is my brother, so he's trying to communicate that to him. And if he's able to successfully communicate to him that the other, I have no danger from this other person who is wearing a police officer's dress, the gangster will become peaceful, the police officer will become peaceful, and that way they both can have a nice relationship. So this outer dress is uh, we act according to our outer dress, unfortunately. And so our effort should be to give reminder to people about their inner beings. Inside, at their core, everyone is a spirit soul. Everyone is part and parcel of Krishna, and Krishna only, not nobody else has claimed us to be their part and parcel. So unfortunately, no matter who's which demigod demigoddess we are worshipping, we are part and parcel of Krishna. अगर हम पंखे का पार्ट है तो पंखे में ही फिट होंगे, हमको एरोप्लेन में फिट नहीं किया जा सकता, वी विल नॉट फिट देयर. सो लेट्स so that's the relationship that we have with the supreme. We are spiritual and Krishna is super soul, and we have a relationship between us, and to realize that relationship is the goal of life. So once, if we see this all the living entities with this vision, we will we will have we will be able to you know look beyond the dress and act. But at the same time, at a material level, the people will act according to their dress. People will act according to their gunas, in which they are they are there. And to that extent, we need to protect ourselves if they happen to be like that. To summarize, knowledge that all living entities are being spirit soul, Krishna being super soul, and the relationship between the two is the supreme knowledge, as explained in detail in Bhagavad Gita. By studying the same and by practicing hearing chanting in loving service mood, devotees realize that true nature of all living entities as being part and parcel of Krishna. Devotees wants to serve Krishna, wants to serve his separated parts as well. That's why devotees want to serve everyone. And the best way to serve anybody, everyone, is by bringing them closer to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, by establishing ISKCON, provided us with an opportunity, all of us, not only to his disciple, but all of us, an opportunity to become Krishna conscious and to help others become Krishna conscious. And in this, let's make the most of this wonderful opportunity available by again becoming ourselves Krishna conscious, by becoming ourselves a nice devotee of Lord Krishna, by lovingly serving, developing a nice loving service attitude towards Lord Krishna, by participating in the process of hearing and chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, hearing to the Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and eventually spreading the same, giving the same message out to others, those who are not aware of it, those who are ignorant about it, those who don't know about it. So that way, we serve Krishna, we serve his parts also, and in the process we purify our consciousness, and eventually we can go back to Krishna. Thank you, everyone. We'll wait for a couple of questions, if any. I have a hard stop actually at 12:45, but we'll wait for a couple of questions if there are. Okay. Since there are no questions, let's conclude today's session. Thank you, everyone. Kanchan Mataji, you have a question?
Prabhuji, I just wanted to confirm that yes, we can be compassionate towards everybody equally, but over a period of time, initially it might not be possible and it will develop as and when we grow in Krishna consciousness. And it takes a lot of effort initially, correct?
That's correct. So this the equal vision. So this is the second question that we actually didn't pick up. So as we grow in Krishna consciousness, we will have this equal vision will get developed in us. And it's basically this is how we will also understand that we are able to remain steady in both the happiness and distress condition. We are able to, our tolerance increases, and this is also an indication of our progress in Krishna consciousness. That by progress, those who are advanced devotees, um, we, we witness the departure of Kadam Kanand Maharaj, who was giving interviews in his last few days, and he was completely at peace. His spiritual master told him to stop chanting because he was suffering with last stage of cancer and he was not even able to speak. But begged to his Guru Maharaj, saying that please don't take away this service from me. I want to chant till the last moment of my life. And he kept chanting. He kept speaking, kept meeting with devotees. So many devotees came from all over the world to see him goodbye in last few days. And we could see that he had conquered the pain. There was no pain. I mean, the bodily level, there would have been a lot of inconvenience, but he was actually not suffering. So he could completely distance himself from the painful situation that the bodily level which was present. So we've seen there are many practical such examples where we see that it is possible by applying ourselves to the process of Krishna consciousness as given by Srila Prabhupada. It is very easy, possible for devotees to develop that kind of equanimity in our life also. So yeah, we have to take to the process sincerely and follow it to the T, and results will be there for all of us to witness. Okay.
Thank you, Swamiji. The ultimate example which everybody knows is can be treated of Prahlad Maharaj, because he was born into Asura this thing. Still he got elevated because he developed himself in that path, and definitely at the end of the during his course of life he became compassionate towards everybody in a equality.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. So we'll conclude today's session. Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Mai ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna to all devotees. Thank you so much for joining. Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Prabhuji,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Dandavat
Dandavat
Pranam. Thank
Pranam,
you very much.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat
Prabhuji,
Pranam.
Dandavat
Hare
Pranam.
Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for doing the conversation.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.